Hello class, welcome to the third lesson in Unit 6. Alright, so today we're going to try to match equations and hangers. Alright, so the way these work, we're going left to right. So you can see we're going to look at the left side, describe what we see there, and look at the right side and describe what we see there. You can see all of these hangers are balanced, right? They are all aligned to where it's straight. You can see this side here and this side here, they're balanced. There's not one side tilting uh, lower than the other side. Okay, so that means they are the same thing, right? So whatever you see on the left side is the same as what's on the right side. Okay, so to match each hanger to an equation, we're going to go ahead and see which hanger, A, B, C, or D, goes with these equations, and then we're also going to go ahead and add in a letter into each of the boxes here. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in just a little bit here to make it a little bit easier to fit the letters into the boxes. Okay, so for the first equation here, I have blank plus 3 equals 6. Okay, so let's see, something, and then we're going to add 3 to it, and that's the same thing as 6. So if I look here, this one here, I've got x, that's just some unknown amount, right? And then, so something, and then another something, and another something. So 3 of something, we don't know what it is the same thing as, let's see, how many is this here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 3 of something is the same thing as 6. That's not going to be the same as this, because this is talking about taking something and adding 3 to that and getting 6. So that's not going to work. Let's look at B. B, we have y. Okay, that means some unknown, something. And then you can see with that y, you see how we're adding on 1, 2, 3. So what, something plus 3 more, that's the same thing as 6. Okay, and so because of that, okay, that describes this perfectly. So that's what we're going to go ahead and use here. So this is going to be B, and I'm going to go ahead and put B here as well. And okay, so that takes care of one of the equations. And so if we take a look at for the second equation, we have 3 times some unknown, and that equals 6. Okay, so if we look here, here is an unknown, and another unknown, and another unknown. Now, it's the same letter, so it means it's the same thing. And there are 3 of them. Okay, so 3 times this unknown, which we're calling x right now, is going to be the same thing as 6. Okay, now actually I realized, let me actually make a little quick adjustment. So hanger B goes with this equation, but they actually want us to put letter y here. So let me go ahead and make that into a y. Okay, so if we look here, so you can see here, as I was getting at here, we have 3 of this unknown, and that's going to be the same thing as 6. Okay, so this matches up with A. So I'm going to go ahead and call this A, and then the value that needs to go in the box here is the Y. I'm sorry, is the X here. So let's add in X. Okay, there we go. So you can see 3 times X equals 6. All right, the next one, 6. So we're starting with 6. So you can see here, they're starting with 3 X's, right? So that's not it. Here they're starting with a Y and then 3 1, so that's not it. But here it starts with 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also, this one starts with 6. So, okay, so it could be either one of these. So 6 is the same thing as some unknown plus 1. Well, this one here looks like it's 3 Z's, so that's different. But over here we have this unknown, and we're adding 1. So hanger D has to go with number 6. So we can call this hanger D. Let me make that a little bigger. And then the letter that's going to go into the box is going to be W. Okay, so let's go ahead and I need to actually move that out of the way. Okay, so let's go ahead and put W here. Okay, so you can see there, this is going to match up with hanger D. And then for the last equation, 6 equals 3 times an unknown. You can see there's only one left here, okay, and we could, I suppose, have more than one matching up since they didn't specify that in the directions. But in this case, you can see here that yes, it is going to be C. Okay, it's 6 is the same thing as 3 times this unknown. So hanger C is going to go with this equation, and the letter that's going to go in the box is going to be the Z. So I'm going to put Z here. Okay, there we have it. So those are our equations matched up with hangers. And so the last part here they wanted us to do was just find the solution to each equation. What that means is we want to see what the letter is actually worth in order for it to be able to work. So if you look here at the first equation here, y plus 3 equals 6. Okay, that's this one here. So we have 6 boxes here, and we have 3 boxes here, but we know this is going to make it the same as this. So how many more does this have to be worth in order to make this side equal to 6? Well, it would have to be 3, right? So we would say that y equals 3. All right. For the second one here, it's matching up with A, with hanger A. So we have 3 times an unknown equals x. So that's this one here. 6 is on this side. On this side, we just have 3 of these x's, but we know that once we put them together, that this is the same weight as this. So how much does each of these have to be? Well, each of these would need to be 2, right? They each need to be 2. You can see here 3 times 2 equals 6. So if you have 2, 2, and 2, that would give us the 6, which matches up over here. So we can say then that for this one, x equals 2. All right, and then for the next equation, that's hanger D, that's here. Okay, so we need to know what does this W have to be in order for this side to, in fact, balance with this side. This side has 6. This side only has 1, and then whatever this W is here, that has to make up for the rest to get us to 6, right? So to get this side to be equal to 6, we need for W to be 5, right? We need this to be 5 plus 1. So we can say for this one that W equals 5. And for the last one, this is hanger C. We have 6 on this side, and then we have 3 of these unknown amounts. But you put them together and they're going to have to equal 6. 6 equals 3 times what? Well, that what is 2. Okay, so for this one here, we're going to say that Z equals 2. Okay, so you can see here that I have the answers to the equations here. Okay, you don't have to worry about putting them underneath number 2. We can just clearly see here what each of these letters is actually worth in order to balance the hangers.